Remember, this is your workout, and the goal is to walk away feeling strong and accomplished. Let's get started. Set your Pilates Pro chair on a light spring configuration in the slot furthest from the pedal, and you want a single pedal configuration. So let's sit down on the chair to begin our footwork. Right now, we'll bring the feet high on the balls of the feet. So find that position and connect your heels together. This is called Pilates First. You'll hear me refer to it throughout the workout. Make sure you're pressing into the entire ball of the foot and the heels are up high and connected. It's like you're wearing high heels, and I like to call it Barbie foot. Hold onto the front of the chair and stay inside that Pilates box we talked about. You may want to put your hands on the sidebars if that's more comfortable. And we'll just begin by pumping down slowly to start so you can feel the connection. I want you to feel like you're moving your knees up by contracting your abdominals. Make sure your core is super stable as you pump through the feet. Abdominals are pulled up and in like you have that corset around you. Now let's pick up the pace once you feel secure in the movement, but if you begin to rock, slow it down a bit. Here we go. Sharp breaths. Every exhale an opportunity to pull that belly in a little tighter. Knees are directly over the second and the third toe. Sharp breaths. So we're warming up from the inside out here. Good, keep pressing down. A little bit longer, use those legs. Control the knees up with the abdominals. 3 and 2. And now let's change our foot position to parallel and go right away to the pumping. Heels are separated, knees are in line with your hips. Lift up off your hips and sit up nice and tall. Again, begin slowly if you need and speed it up once you feel stable. Shoulders are down, chest is up and open. Beautiful. Keep pumping. Nice. Breathe those sharp exhales. Again, you should feel everything start to get warm. And now we're going to go to bird on a perch. So different foot position, just working different parts of the legs. That's going to be right in the arch. Wrap your toes around and pump. It's going to challenge you more in the upper abs. You should really feel that. Press down, nice and stable. No wibbly wobbly. Good. Can you feel this warming up? I sure can. Let me hear you sharp exhale. Knees are in line with the hips again. Abdominals pulled up and in, nice and tall. Keep pumping. Good. Really pulling those transverse abdominals. Keep your hips stable. 4, 3, 2, and let's switch so our heels are on the pedal and begin pumping. In this position, I want you to feel more of the push coming from the backs of the legs between the hamstring and the glute. You know that point. Good. Let's speed it up. So getting that breath work going, getting the blood pumping, really important, like a little warm up. Nice. But again, the core constantly engaging to keep you stable, shoulders back, pull them away from the ears, more space there. For 4, 3, 2, and let's quickly move to Pilates second. Now my knees are out again, and I'm pushing through the heels. Outside of the pedal, make sure you have external rotation in the hips and the knees aren't collapsing in. Keep that core nice and stable. It's like you have a corset, again, pulling in for this entire workout. Quick breath, snap the navel to the spine. 4, 3, 2, 1. Are you ready to challenge your strength a bit more? We're gonna go with one leg, come high on the toes again, extend the right leg out in front of you, and if you're challenged in your flexibility, go ahead and bend that right leg, and let's start and press, press. Watch you that you don't collapse down. I really want you lifting out of the hips, nice and tall. Ball of the foot pressing down. Good. Use the abs to keep the torso light and lifted, chest up. Think of a string attached to your head pulling you up tall. You're gonna feel this in the quad too. Your core keeps you grounded. 3, 2, 1. All right, this is definitely a challenge. So remember, you can keep this knee bent if you want and press down. Here we go. If you want to try, extend it. You're gonna feel that left oblique really pull in, this one working to pump. You might also find one side's easier or more challenging than the other. Just take notice of that. That's the work we're doing today, is to bring that body into balance and symmetry. Good. So you'll notice even the way you move will be different when you're off the chair. 3, 2, 1. Excellent work with the footwork. All right, let's press the toggle in, twist it toward you, and release so we come to our split pedal configuration. We're gonna move for our seated runs. So bring those balls of the feet high onto the pedals, press down, and find your position. Again, nice and tall at the edge of your seat, roll those shoulders back. And just like I said, we're gonna run. Press, press. Little runs in place. Nice. So the temptation is gonna be to kind of let the shoulders go side to side, keep it nice and with me square. Good. Beautiful alignment, beautiful long spine. You're looking good. Hopefully you're feeling that core warm up, the entire body warm up. 3, 2, and great. Let's switch to the heels. Remember, like I said, you're gonna be more now working through the back of the legs, so feel that change. Control up, you can use a little hand down there, and let's go. Good, squeeze that area. We love it so much. We're gonna get it tight and toned today. Toes to the sky. Smile on the face. Good, those sharp exhales here. We're running with that breath. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Great job. Let's continue off the seat for our first cardio blast, consisting of marches and runs and mountain climbers. We'll move to a heavy spring configuration. So lift each pedal, bring the springs closer to you, and turn around on your chair. Step up, hands to the back. And remember, we start with the marches. If you want to start right away with the runs, feel free, but we're going now. Good, again, drawing that knee up from the abs. And then when you're ready, you'll start little runs, up and down. Remember, you have tension here to play with as well. So if you want to make it even more challenging, you go lighter on these springs for this one. Good, light out of the shoulders, pull that core in. This doesn't get easier every time you do it. Whew, gets a little harder maybe, that's okay, you can do it. Let's go one more up, one more down. Moving on to mountain climbers. We're going to move to the single pedal configuration for our next move, mountain climbers. Turn around again and place one foot on the pedal. So the basic exercise is just pushing down through that area between the glute and the hamstring that we talked about. Again, the area we love so much. So remember, this is your basic. Keep the tailbone long, belly scoop. Now, mountain climber more advanced, you're gonna bring the opposite foot on the chair, hold on to the back, and you're gonna pump here. The idea is to keep the chest from collapsing on the thigh. Really keep this leg stable, so you're gonna feel this part of the tush really work to stabilize you, and this one working to pump. Exhale every time you push down. Draw your chin towards your chest, look to your belly button, so no lifting of the head here. Keep everything scooped. You should maybe even feel a stretch in this side of the back. Feel that quad working as it presses down. Whoa, on fire. 4, 3, 2, 1. Excellent. And let's switch. So remember, if you're starting with the basic, I'll do that first. You're just going to push down, but your belly's still scooped in, you're still rounding, and you're pushing right here. And to begin to the advanced, step up and start pressing. Press, press. Scoop the belly, chin towards the chest. Feel that thigh and that glute. Everything working here. Give me a few more. And come off. Excellent job. Make sure you release this pedal with control, and we'll move to our calf stretch. So come back, Pilates first, heels together, or you can have them separate, whatever's comfortable for you in this stretch. Bring your heels down, feel the stretch through the back of the legs. Belly stays scooped as you lift up, heels together, inner thighs squeeze in. I like Pilates first because it works my inner thighs. It makes me zip up and seam everything in, like a zipper from my heels to the tops of my legs. And one more, feel that stretch. Let's hold that stretch a little bit longer. Take one deep inhale and exhale, release any tension. And then slowly with control, bring the pedal back We're moving back to some leg work. Stay with the single pedal and change to a light spring. We'll face our chair again, and you're gonna have your instep onto the pedal, just one foot, and then find a position where you can balance. Good, so this isn't easy. Lift up through the inner thigh, nice and tall, and you're gonna press down with that leg. Now watch that the knee doesn't lock out. There is a slight bend, and if you need to bend it more, feel free, but you're really squeezing down in that area that we love so much, right where my finger is, for 4, 3, 2, and 1. So concentrated and so deep, you don't need many of them. We'll just switch. Good. Up tall, bend the knee a little bit, just watch it's not locked and you don't push from the joint, and we'll press down. So you'll notice there's not a huge range of motion here, but it's tight and it's concentrated right where we want it. For 4, 3, 2, shoulders away from the ears, 1, excellent. Now we'll move to the side, just getting a different part of the leg, and you'll place that arch in, slight internal rotation of the leg, lift up out of the standing leg and press down. Again, super small, super tight. Try not to wobble side to side. It's challenging. Pull that belly in. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's switch to the other side. Make sure you're super stable first, and then you press down. For 4, 3, focus and concentrate. Use that breath. Nice job. Doesn't take much, right? We're gonna move onto the floor for our hamstring series, and then we'll sit down on our mats. Sit up nice and tall. So find those sit bones, that kind of bony part of your bum connected to the mat, hands underneath the thighs. Slowly scoop the belly, roll down, chin towards the chest, control, and place each vertebra onto the mat. Good, and then adjust as you need. So you might need to get closer so those knees come towards 90 degrees. You're gonna have kind of this Pilates first position that we had earlier. Roll the shoulders underneath you, and again, watch the mid-back isn't up off the floor. Draw the ribs down, pull the navel to the spine. Imagine that vacuum cleaner just sucking it back. And we're gonna press it down for 10. Keep the tailbone long, so watch the hips aren't lifting. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's bring the legs to bird on a perch. So the arches are on the pedal, toes are curling around, and you again, adjust as you need. If you're not comfortable, make sure you take a moment to adjust to ensure you're working the backs of the legs. Navel to spine, here we go, 10. Watch those ribs aren't splaying out. 3, 2, and 1. Wonderful job, and we're gonna bring it to our heels. So toes press back towards the face, and 10 here. Working a different part of the bum. A little more challenging here. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And let's take it to our second position. Toes back. You can just glance up there, pull the navel back. You might want to readjust, so make sure you're comfortable. Wiggle the shoulder blades underneath. Pull the core in. Here we go. 10, 9. Ooh, keep the glutes nice and tight. 5, 4. Exhale. 3, 2, and 1. Are you ready for that one leg challenge? You're going to extend one leg up into the air. If it's too much stretch on the hamstring or it's uncomfortable, just slightly bend that leg. The other leg stays onto the pedal. You can take your arch around the pedal and you're gonna press down hamstrings for 10, 9, 8. Exhale, 6. Now you'll notice the pedal isn't moving as much. 3, 2, that's totally normal. It's probably, if it were moving as much, I'd be curious about it. So extend the other leg, get that hammy stretched a little bit. If you need to, bend it, and then here we go, other side. Really targeting one side than the other, and again, if you notice an imbalance, or one side's stronger than the other, I notice this side's a little stronger for me, it's just because I'm right-handed, and I dominate with my right side, and that's totally normal. And let's pull the knees into the chest. That's some serious hamstring back of the leg work, but the results are worth it. And then extend the legs straight in the air, stretching the backs of the legs. Good. Draw the knees back in. Place the feet flat on the mat. And then arms to the shoulders, over the shoulders. Exhale as you draw the chin towards the chest. Scoop the belly to slowly work your way back up. And let's move to our push down combo. We'll come to Pilates first, facing the back of the chair. Remember that zipper through the inseam that I talked about. So zip up from the heels, the calves, inner thighs, through the pelvic floor, long spine, inhale up, exhale to scoop the belly, chin towards the chest, look to the navel until the hands come to the pedal and push down. Keep those inner thighs zipped up and we'll inhale up and exhale as you push down towards the floor. Now really make sure it's your core and abdominals doing this work. Good, inhale up, exhale push. So these are longer breaths here, moving with a lot of control. Keep those inner thighs zipped and seamed up. Every exhale, the navel comes further to the spine. You should feel a nice stretch in the back. And try to keep the shoulders away from the ears. Super stable here, 2 more. Exhale, last one. And now hold it down and bend the elbows and continue to push down for 8, 7, 6, 5. Keep the ribs moving towards the hips. Keep the lats pulling back and down. 2 and 1. Nice job. Slowly roll up to release the pedal. Squeeze those inner thighs together to come up with grace. Inhale, exhale. Excellent job. For our next exercise, the pull-ups, we're going to move to the heavy configuration. So lift the pedal, slide the springs closer to you, and again facing the back. So we'll bring our hands towards the backs of the chair, come onto that Barbie foot, nice and high in the toes. Now remember, we're getting assist from the springs here, so heavier is going to be a little easier. If you want more challenge, take a little bit of load off the springs. So inhale, and as you exhale, scoop the belly round the back. Drop the chin to the chest, look at it down. Inhale down, exhale, scoop and lift. Again, try to use less arm work, more core work. One of my favorite exercises, so simple, so effective. I really feel it targeting my core. I'm using the breath deeply, really pulling in the transverse abdominals, everything I have to lift those hips up and be light. It's almost as if someone could lift you off the pedals. You're working in the core so much. 4 more. 3, 2, look to the belly, make sure it's pulling back towards the spine. Excellent. For this probably most classic exercise in Pilates, the hundreds. So you'll find where you can balance. Pull your knees up, open your chest, and then scoop the belly, right? So those low transverse abdominals are really pulling in. Watch you don't have a pooch here. You're pulling up, and then look, keep your eye line on your belly. And you're gonna extend the legs out as much as you can and as stable as you can get. Begin to curl down a little bit more. There you go. Now pull in. You're going to press the arms down as you inhale for 5. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 3, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we're going to 10. Notice my shoulders aren't coming up. They're pulling away from my ears. 5, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is really going to keep you warm. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're on 6. Every exhale, pull that navel back further. Maybe lower down a little bit more. 2 more sets. 1 more. Excellent. Slowly roll up. Oh! That's one way to finish. Yeah, we're still going. We've got a straight leg stretch coming up, but take a little stretch to those abdominals, lift up, and exhale. So you'll scoop down, roll down, and then pull one knee in towards the chest, look to the belly, and here we go for 10, 9, 8, single leg stretch, 7, 6, 5. This is not easy. Do the best you can. You can be up a little higher if you need to. 3, 2, and 1. Good. Use your core to help you roll up. Take a little stretch here. Inhale and exhale. Hands down. And then again, roll down, scoop the belly, legs up, and moving to a straight leg stretch. So the knees can still be slightly bent. They don't have to be as extended as mine. They can be here. Otherwise, let's go for 1 and 2. Look to your navel. 3, 4, 5. Breathe. Exhale. 6. A little hamstring stretch here, which should feel nice. 3, 2, and 1. Good. Again, use your core to help lift you. Roll up. Inhale up. Exhale. Navel to the spine. Inhale, sit tall. Exhale, let's roll down for that crisscross. Good. Hands behind the head. You'll pull one knee in and we'll switch for 10, 9. Feel the oblique pull the abdominal and the knee in. Nice job, knee to elbow. Great, use the chair. Roll yourself up to help you come up. Take a deep inhale and exhale. Let's move to our swan dives. So we're gonna work the posterior chain, the back, which is really important because it seems like we're always hunched over a phone or a computer. So this is really gonna counterbalance that imbalance in the back. So let's bring our hips down onto the chair and our hands onto the pedal. Extend the legs long behind you. Feel like you have strings pulling you back and long. And then you want your shoulders directly over your wrists. And then roll those shoulders back to make sure they're not pulling up towards the ears. Now on an inhale, lift up, extend the legs behind you. And exhale, bring the ribs in, tighten the belly, press down. Feel the back work on the way up. Inhale and exhale. So again, not pressing from the shoulders, really pressing the core in, tightening everything up, using the transverse abdominals to keep the hips stable. So this is excellent, excellent for the back, for toning, but really for strengthening and lengthening so you're taller and look a little bit leaner with every exercise. Don't only think about coming up, but think about extending long so you find some room in that spine. This should feel really good. Give me 2 more here. Again, long behind you with those legs. Squeeze the glutes, the whole posterior chain active. Last one, we'll hold it down and we'll go to quicker presses. So press the arms down, feeling the work in the arms. Getting nice and tight and toned here. For 4, 3, transverse abdominals working to keep those hips glued. And lift up slowly. Let's take a quick break, a little stretch, and we're gonna do that whole series again. Good, open the chest, look up, lift, and stretch the belly. And we'll come back for the swan dives and the presses. Good, inhale, exhale, press down. Keeping the arms onto the back. So the shoulder blades stay off the back. They don't come off the back. Kind of right where that bra strap goes, we're gonna tighten and tone that up. As long as you keep everything engaged, right? Now remember, you can always move to a lighter spring here. That's gonna make the push down a little easier, but it's gonna make the lift up a little harder. So you adjust to where you need, and you can always play with these. So I encourage you to get on this on your own and do these on your own. Even if you only have a couple minutes every day. 2 more. Deep breaths, pulling that corset a little tighter every time you press down. And here we go, arm presses. Feel the triceps, woo! Especially if you're on this heavy spring. 4, 3, 2, 1. Gently with control, come up. Great job. Let's stretch it out with a mermaid, one of my favorites. You're gonna take the leg behind you and press the outer edge of the foot flat onto the mat so that leg there is nice and long. Take a deep inhale, stretch the waist, feel all those muscles you just worked, lengthen out. And as you exhale, use the hand to press down into the pedal, feel the stretch to the side body. Good, roll your navel open to the ceiling. Take a deep inhale here Use the core and the abdominals to lift you softly off the pedal and return to the other side. Inhale here, stretch. Exhale. You're still moving from your waist though to keep you graceful. Take a deep inhale, fill the side lung like a balloon. Exhale, inhale again. Start to slow the heart rate down. Connecting breath with movement. Becoming more centered, more focused. I hope that you'll find, like I did, that Pilates really helps me when I'm off the chair as well. It helps me focus, it helps me control my breath, reduces my stress levels. So it truly is a mind-body discipline. Inhale, stretch. Exhale again, moving from your center. Let's do one more before we move to the other side. Gotta even you out. Take this time for yourself. Good. And let's just move to the other side. Again, back leg long, outer edge of the foot pressing into the floor. Inhale, lift up tall off the hips. Exhale, use a little oblique crunch here on this side to stretch the opposite side. Again, one side contracting, the other side lengthening. Very simple. Inhale, slowly off. Exhale, reach and bend. And see if you can move with smoothness and grace, fluidity here. And a lot of that will come from that core control. Inhale, lift. Exhale, down. Stretch and lengthen without pulling the shoulder to the ear. And let's do one more on this side. Use your core strength to gently bring the pedal back, sit up tall. And let's do some final stretches. So come to the back, grab onto the handles, and then move your seat back, round your back, scoop your belly like a cat, send your hips behind you and lower your chin towards your chest. You can kind of even wiggle your hips side to side to feel more stretch in one side of the low back than the other. Maybe pull up a little bit more, round like a cat a little bit more. And then bring it forward to open the chest. Good, take a deep inhale across the chest, slightly lift the chin. And then exhale, navel back to the spine. Hang on to the handlebars there. Maybe wiggle, jiggle a little bit. This is where you do get to jiggle. Round up. Open the chest, shoulders press away from the ears, just like a mini swan. Inhale. Stretch the front of the body and the chest. Exhale. Good, move it back. Let's take a deep inhale together. Maybe the deepest breath you'll get all day. Suck it in and then let it all go. Thanks so much for joining me. I'm super proud of the work you did today, and you're on your way to having your dream body.